my god, Demi. Can you believe your wedding is only 1 week away? I'm so excited for you. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, April. Yeah, I know. I can hardly believe it myself. I never thought the day would arrive, and now it's only a week away.
Well, I've got your present, so I can drop it off at yours whenever you're free. Also, I've got my dress picked out and I think it should look okay. I just wanted your opinion on it.
A dress?
Yeah, for the wedding. It's a one-shoulder thing and light blue. I got it at that really nice dress place in town. I also managed to find some really gorgeous shoes to go with it, and they were half off as well. But it'll probably be easier to show you the whole outfit when you have a minute. I just want to make sure that I don't clash with anything or that I'm not in the same color as your bridesmaids, as that would be a little awkward, considering, that I'm not a bridesmaid.
Ugh, not this again. I told you why I didn't make you a bridesmaid. I had too many friends who I wanted to include, and I decided that it would be easier to have my friends as the bridesmaids instead of my family, as there was a nice even number of them.
Yeah, I know. Sorry. It would just have been nice to be a part of your big day in some way. But I don't mind. After all, it is your wedding.
Precisely. It is my wedding day, so you have to do what I say and what I want. Anyway, why don't you come on over now?
Really? You're not too busy? I mean, I can wait if you want me to.
No, it's fine. Me and the girls are just having a little get-together and sorting out last-minute things for the wedding. So we'll all be able to give you an opinion.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sounds good. I'll be there soon then.
Great. See you then.
What the hell, Demi? Why would you just go and dump water on me like that? Are you actually insane?
Huh? Of course not. It's just, when I saw that dress, I simply thought that it looked like it belonged in the water. So I was trying to help you out. The whole blue thing really did make it seem like you were trying to mimic the ocean.
What? That's just... Are you seriously telling me that you're so mean that you purposely threw water over my dress? Just for the fun of it? If you didn't like the dress, all you had to do was say so.
Well, it's not that I didn't like the dress. It was actually a really nice dress. Although, I think it would look better on Tori than on you.
Then why did you throw water on it?
Isn't it obvious?
Clearly not, otherwise I wouldn't be asking.
Oh well. Looks like you'll have to stay home now and miss the wedding. What a shame.
Oh, so that's what all this was about. You just don't want me to be at your wedding? Are you really that petty and self-centered that you'd actually throw a glass of water over me just to get me to leave? And to make matters worse, you had to do it in front of all of your friends? To humiliate me?
Oh, honey. Yeah, I did actually. I thought it would be funny, and it was. Besides, I did try to tell you that I didn't want you at my wedding. I mean, I didn't even send you an invitation, so you'd have thought that you would have gotten the message. I couldn't have you showing up thinking that you were wanted there.
God, I honestly don't know what Brad sees in you. I mean, if this is how you treat your sister, then I'd hate to see how you treat your husband when you get into an argument.
Well, you don't need to worry about that, as it's none of your business. Besides, he's got all of the money, so I don't want to be too mean to him, just in case.
Oh, of course. Can't have the man who's paying for your entire life cut you off now, can we?
I know you're being sarcastic and everything, but I don't care. You're just jealous that I am marrying a man with quite a lot of money, and you're stuck being the poor loser you always were.
Hang on. Is that why you don't want me coming to the wedding? Because you think that I'm poor?
I don't think anything. I know you're a broke nobody. You're my sister, after all. Besides, my fiancé doesn't want you at the wedding either.
What?
Yep. Brad told me himself that he doesn't want you here. He sees you as nothing more than an annoying little pest. He also has a reputation to maintain. There are going to be lots of his rich friends and business partners at this thing, and he doesn't want a poor person getting in the way.
He does not think that, does he?
Yes, he actually does. You can even ask him yourself.
But I thought that we had a good relationship, that he liked me. Every time you brought him to Mom and Dad's house, and every time that we hung out, he seemed to like talking to me.
Well, he was just pretending. But if you don't believe me, you can ask him yourself.
Fine, I will, and I'll prove you wrong whilst I'm at it.
I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you. Anyway, once me and Brad are married, it won't matter.
What do you mean by that?
Well, for starters, we'll be cutting off everyone who isn't rich or who doesn't have money. We seriously can't be having people trying to leech money off of us all the time. And by people, I mean you.
Huh?
Yeah. We can't be having some pathetic, selfish, attention-hogging little girl trying to take all of Brad's money now, can we?
I'm guessing that spot's reserved for you, is it?
Oh, you're so funny.
Anyway, there's no reason why I would want his money. I seriously don't care about it at all. And Mom and Dad will tell you the same. Besides, they won't let you kick me out of the wedding. They'll always have my back. Especially against someone as horrible as you.
Well, they might be changing their minds very soon. Especially when I tell them that if they don't let me kick you out of the wedding, then I won't fund their retirement.
What? You'd actually not help them out with their retirement simply because they told you to let me go to your wedding?
Yep. Look, I can deal with helping my parents out because they're my parents. So if I have to elevate them out of being poor, then fine. But you are on your own. If you wanted money, then you should have worked harder, shouldn't you?
What's that got to do with anything?
Duh, the whole reason why I'm marrying Brad is for his money. He's not exactly the most interesting person on the planet, don't you know? I mean, his dad owns a fairly successful business, one that brings him a decent amount of money anyway, and I want to make sure that I can live a life free of work and responsibilities. That also means that I want to get to know other people of the same status and not get dragged down and made fun of because I have a poor sister.
Well, if the people that you want to talk to are that shallow, then they're not good people, are they?
Who cares? They're rich, and so they're the kind of people I need to hang out with to maintain my popularity. And you are definitely not included in that scenario.
Why are you being so horrible? Do you really dislike me that much?
I don't just dislike you. I hate you. Before you were born, Mom and Dad gave me all of their attention and love. We were a happy family. But when you were born, they just completely ignored me and focused all of their attention on you. It wasn't fair.
I was a baby. They kind of require a bit of attention so that they don't die.
Well, whatever. It was still unfair. And so now I get to decide who gets to be in my life. I'm going to be the one who everyone is looking at on my wedding day, and you won't be there to steal any attention. Got it?
So basically, you're just jealous of me, and so you're trying to exclude me from everything?
What? Why would I be jealous of you?
I don't know. That's the problem. It's not like I asked to be born. I mean, you're supposed to be my big sister, and yet you seem to be hating me simply for being born. That's probably why you want to marry Brad as well, isn't it? You want to be able to brag to your friends that you're rich and that your husband owns a business so that you can be the center of attention. I mean, how shallow is that? You'd throw your family away over money.
Well, not all of my family. Mom and Dad can stay.
Oh gee, wow. How kind of you.
Whatever. Look, just stay away from my wedding or I'll throw another bucket of water over you. Got it? Oh, but I still want that present. It is my wedding after all. I deserve the presence and adoration of everyone on my special day, even if they are poor losers like you. At least you'll be good for something by giving me a present.
Whatever. It sounds like it's going to be a lame wedding anyways.
What? How dare you say that? My wedding would never be lame.
Yeah? Well, I think all of the pink lace and the fact that all of your guests are just going to be boring business people beg to differ.
Then save yourself the shame. Skip my wedding. My luxury wedding is not for poor people like you.
Fine, I'll skip it. But remember, you might regret this decision.
Huh? What do you mean by that? April?
April, where are you? I've just got a few questions about your sister's wedding and needed some help picking out some last-minute clothes. Do you think you could help?
Yeah, sure, Dad.
Great, I know you're all sorted for the wedding, so I don't need to ask you if you need anything, do I? Hey, maybe I could get a tie to match your dress or something?
Oh, that's sweet, Dad, but actually, I'm, not going to the wedding.
What? Why not?
Well, basically, Demi chucked a bunch of water over my dress the other day, right in front of her friends. She humiliated me and then told me that she didn't want me at her wedding, as I was poor and would make her look bad.
Hey, hang on, what? She chucked water on you? Was it an accident?
No, she did it on purpose. She also said that she basically has never loved me or wanted me to be a part of the family. Apparently, she thinks that I was an accident who ruined her life because I took all of your attention, or something like that.
Well, that's just ridiculous. You might not have been planned, but your mother and I love you so much, and we wouldn't have had it any other way. But we also love your sister. The fact that she thinks we stopped loving her the moment you were born is completely ridiculous.
Thanks, Dad. But there was something else that Demi said which has got me worried.
What is it?
Well, she said that she wouldn't help you or Mom in your retirement unless you kick me out of the family.
She said that?
Yeah. Look, I don't want to be the reason that Demi doesn't help you out. With the money that she's marrying into, she could make sure that you and Mom are comfortable in your retirement and not worrying about money or anything like that. So, if you want me to leave, I will. I can figure something out.
April, don't be ridiculous. There's no way that I would ever kick you out of the family. I don't care if Demi doesn't help us out with our retirement. Your mom and I have been saving up for our entire adult lives, so we'll be fine. You're my daughter, and you're much more important to me than money will ever be, okay?
Really, Dad?
Yes, now you just leave your sister to me. I'll sort her out.
What do you mean?
Well, I plan on making a little speech at the wedding where I was planning on giving Demi a fairly large sum of money to help get a house or something with. Your mother and I have been saving up for the both of you, but maybe now I'll finally get that ensuite put in. But you don't need to worry about that. You just make sure that you're okay. I'll sort everything else out.
Thank you, Dad. I love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
What have you done, you witch? How have you turned Brad and our parents against me like that? I can't believe what's just happened.
Huh? Demi? Why are you messaging me? Aren't you supposed to be celebrating?
Don't act dumb with me. I can't believe what you made Dad do.
I've not made him do anything. Why? What's happened?
Well, we were all enjoying the reception, and then it came time for the toasts. I thought that Dad would give a nice little toast, congratulating me and Brad, and then give me a sum of money that I know he has been saving up for this very occasion. Instead, he turned around and said that he was incredibly disappointed in me for how I had turned out as a woman, saying that I was horrible and selfish as I had even kicked you out of the wedding. He also said that I was only marrying Brad for his money.
Well, I mean, it's all true, isn't it?
So what? It was so humiliating. I had already bragged to all of my friends about how rich I would be, and now I'm not going to have a single dollar.
Why aren't you going to have any money?
Because when Dad said all of that stuff, Brad wasn't too pleased. He had no clue that I'd uninvited you, and he thought that it was an incredibly horrible thing to do. He also didn't like the fact that I was only marrying him for his money. He's decided to annul the marriage and leave me, and it's all your fault.
Actually, no, it isn't. All I did was tell my dad what you had said and done to me. He came up with this idea all himself. You know Dad has always prided himself on his virtues, including his kindness and his loyalty to his family. If someone tries to mess with the people that he loves, then he will make sure that they know not to do that again. Clearly, he felt as if you had forgotten that family comes first, and he wanted to remind you of this lesson. As for Brad leaving, well, it looks like he has had some sense after all.
I can't believe it. You have to talk to Dad and make him fix this mess.
I don't have to do anything. Not until you change your selfish ways.
What?
Yep. Looks like you need to start working on being nicer to people.
This is so unfair. I hate you for this.
Uh-huh. Well, you've only got yourself to blame. Goodbye, Demi. After finding out the truth behind why Demi wanted to marry him, Brad called off the wedding and decided to leave her. He didn't want to be with someone who was only with him for his money. Instead, he focused on his business and on expanding it to make it even more successful than it already was. He apologized to me after hearing what my sister had said to me about how he didn't like me. It turned out that Brad actually did like me, and Demi was just jealous and trying to keep me away from him. Because her marriage fell through, Demi was forced to get a job as she had no other way to support herself. She ended up working as a cleaner at a local office building. As for me, I was sad that I had lost my sister, someone who I thought would always be there for me. However, it was the best thing to do to cut her out of my life, as she was a toxic and horrible person who would have done nothing but make my life more difficult. I have since gone on to climb up in my job, and I am actually earning quite a decent amount of money. If Demi had bothered to ask me, she would have learned that I wasn't bothered about her money because I was earning more than enough for myself. However, sometimes people just have to deal with the consequences of their actions. Maybe one day she will apologize and we will be able to start rebuilding our relationship again. But until then, I will continue to live my best life and be happy with what I have and the people around me. After all, money isn't everything.
Erica, where are you? The dinner's not done like it should, and it's well past the time that we usually eat.
I'm at my mom's house. I told you I was visiting my dad's grave this week and that I would be staying at my mom's place because of the distance, and to spend a little bit of time with her. Don't you remember?
That was this week? How come you never reminded me?
I didn't think I needed to. I thought that my husband would actually bother to listen to me when I am talking about things that I find important.
You think everything's important? I don't have time to listen to everything you say and try to figure out what's more important than some other asinine thing. I'm a very busy man, something that you don't seem to actually comprehend. Unlike you, I actually have a job to do and I need to do it well, otherwise I'll be fired and we'll have no money to live off of. We're just barely scraping by as it is. Maybe if you actually got a job and helped out more?
Hang on a minute. Why are you saying all this? You were the one who said that I should quit my job when we got married because I hated it so much, and that I should focus on developing my writing career. You claimed that your job paid so well that we would be able to survive on your income alone for however long we needed to.
Yeah, well, things change.
How so? Have you been fired?
No, as if I'd be fired. I'm not an incompetent writer. I actually know how to do my job and how to do it well.
Then why the sudden hostility about me working? If your job hasn't changed, then your income should be the same as what we've been living on for the last few months.
Well, it's not.
But why not? What's happened to change how much money we have coming in?
It doesn't matter. All that matters is that it has changed and you need to start pulling your weight more. Got it? Now, when are you coming back from your mom's place? Tomorrow? Looking at a headstone can't take that long, surely. Plus, I need you here to make dinner. I've got a late meeting at the office and I want to be able to eat as soon as I get home.
No, I won't be coming home tomorrow. I told you I'm staying with my mom for the week to spend some much needed quality time with her. And for your information, it's not just looking at a headstone. I'm paying my respects to the most important man in my life. So, if you can't be bothered to cook tomorrow, then you'll just have to get a takeout or something.
You know I hate takeout food. It's all really greasy and fattening. I need you to make me a nice and healthy dinner tomorrow. so you best be back here to do that.
I've already told you that I won't be. I'm visiting my dad's grave tomorrow, as it is his birthday, and then me and my mom are going for lunch.
Well, we'll just have to see about that then.
I have no clue what you're on about, and frankly, I can't be bothered to deal with your petty and controlling behavior today. You've changed over the last few months, and turned into someone demanding and mean, and I really can't deal with how you're acting, especially when it's one of the hardest days for me tomorrow. You know how much I love my dad, so you're really not being considerate.
Not everything is about you, Erica. I'm your husband, so you need to take into consideration how I feel as well. Considering I'm still alive and your dad's dead, you really need to get your priorities in order.
Whatever, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Just try and be a little bit nicer. I am your wife, after all.
Erica, after our conversation yesterday, I've done a lot of thinking. In fact, I was up almost the whole night thinking over what had happened and what had been said by both of us.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and I came to a conclusion that has been a very long time coming.
What's that?
I want a divorce.
What?
Yep, I've decided that you've become much too naggy and too high maintenance to deal with anymore. You're not the same woman I fell in love with, and I no longer have any interest in being with you.
Where is this coming from? I mean, honestly, you've never spoken to me about this.
Why should I have to? You should have been a good wife and made sure things never go to this state. You should have just stayed home and done what I told you. If you think about it, this divorce is really all your fault.
My fault? How is it my fault?
Well, with how you spoke to me yesterday, how did you think I would react? A wife shouldn't speak to her husband like that.
You know what? Fine. I'll gladly give you a divorce. You're a horrible man anyway, and I'm just sorry I wasted so much of my time on you.
I feel exactly the same way about you. Of course, there is the matter of splitting all of our assets and money, including the inheritance that your dad left you when he died.
Inheritance?
Oh, don't try to play innocent. I know your dad probably left you a load of money when he kicked the bucket. Your family's quite well off, so we'll have to split that as well. As husband and wife, we have to split everything equally. I'll have my lawyers contact you with the divorce papers, which will split everything fairly. Obviously, though, because I've been the sole earner of our family, I'll be getting more of the money than you, as compensation for working hard and providing you with a luxurious lifestyle where you haven't had to lift a finger.
Well, that's just plainly not true, is it?
I think you'll find that it is, and that the courts will agree with me if you try to take it before them. For the sake of your pride, I think it'd just be better if you sign the papers and give me what I'm owed.
You're not owed anything, and I'll make sure to get the best lawyers that I can to make sure that you don't get a penny from me.
Why do you have to be so difficult? Fine. I'll see you in court. I was gonna be kind and give you a 70-30 split of everything, but now I'll take every single last penny from you.
I can't wait to see you try. Jess, are you there?
Hey, Erica, what's up?
Arnold messaged me earlier today and told me that he wants a divorce.
What? Oh my god, are you okay?
Yeah. To be honest, I'm not as upset as you think I would be. I've not been feeling as close to him as I have done in the past. It's like his whole personality has just done a complete 180. It's probably for the better if we do split.
Then, what's wrong?
I suppose it's just because it happened so suddenly. You know, we've been married for a few years now, so for it all to just come to an end like that, it's just a bit of a shock.
Tell me about it. And when he randomly shows up at work just to surprise you and take you out for lunch, it's so cute when he does that. Just the other day, he took me to that new Italian place down the street from my work. You know the one? We went there not too long ago.
Hang on. Why is my husband showing up at your work and taking you out to lunch?
What? Oh,
Oh my god.
You've got to be kidding me. He's cheating on me? With you? My best friend?
It's not like that.
Oh, then tell me what it's like. Because right now, it's looking suspiciously like my best friend has been sleeping with my husband behind my back.
I didn't mean to. It just kind of happened.
So I'm betting he wants this divorce just so he can be with you. Am I right?
I mean, I didn't think he'd actually go through with it.
So this was your idea?
I just mentioned to him the other day how I felt like I was sharing with him and how I didn't like that. He either wanted to be with me completely or not. I gave him the option of being with either you or me. It's not my fault that he chose me. Maybe if you had been a better wife, then this wouldn't have happened to you.
I can't believe I actually considered you my best friend. What kind of friend goes behind someone's back and dates their husband?
Let's be honest, you can't really call him your husband at this point. You two are more like acquaintances who disliked each other but were forced to live together. If anything, I'm providing a way out for the both of you.
Oh, how kind of you. Let me just get the best friend award to show you how much I appreciate you destroying my marriage.
There's no need to be sarcastic. Geez, I can see what Arnold meant when he said you were high maintenance and difficult to deal with.
Excuse you? You know what? No. Whatever. The both of you can just get out of my life forever.
Oh, believe me, we will be doing that. Just as soon as you sign those divorce papers and give us the money we deserve.
What?
Arnold told me all about the inheritance that your dad has left you, and we both decided that because you've not been working, you should give us that money as compensation for living without working.
Hang on. You're the reason why your income has been so low lately, aren't you? Arnold's been spoiling you, getting you whatever you want, and blaming his low wages on me not working.
Well, I might like the finer things in life, but what woman doesn't? It doesn't matter, because with the money you'll give us, we'll be able to afford to move to a much nicer house and live a much better lifestyle.
Oh, I don't think so. Not after this conversation anyway.
What do you mean?
Well, you've just admitted that you've been cheating with my husband, and that you're purposely going after my money to facilitate your lifestyle. Once my lawyers see all of this evidence about how I've been wronged and basically schemed against by you two, then the judge will definitely side with me.
What? You can't do that. I take all this back.
It's too late. You can't do that. I've got all the proof I need to make sure that neither of you get my money.
None of this is true. Ugh, that's not fair. The whole point of you and him getting divorced was so that we could get the money to build our new life together.
Looks like you're going to have to come up with a new plan, because you're not going to win this one.
I can't believe I called you a friend. Just give me the money, okay? Then I'll leave you alone. If you don't, I'll keep messaging you and I won't stop until you give me what I want.
So you're actually admitting that you're going to harass me if I don't give you my money? I think that just might guarantee me a restraining order against you. Thanks.
What? No.
This chat has been really helpful. Thank you, Jessica. I'm glad I came to talk to you about all of this. It really has been a true eye-opener. And it's saved me quite a lot in settlement money. I'll let Arnold know just how helpful you've been to me.
I seriously hate you.
Yeah, well, the feeling's mutual. After taking the divorce to court, the judge ruled in my favor, claiming that because Arnold had cheated on me and was scheming to take my money, he deserved nothing. None of my inheritance was touched by either Arnold nor Jessica. Whilst I was sad about losing my best friend and my husband, I knew it was better than to keep those two toxic people in my life. I moved back in with my mom and focused on becoming the best writer I could be. I've just published my first book, which was a major hit, and I'm working on the sequel. As for Arnold and Jessica, he tried to contact me after I became successful, asking for some money as Jessica was nagging him to earn more so that she could live the high life that she wanted. I told him no, of course, and now he's got to suffer the consequence of his actions. Sometimes karma is a great thing.